no problem, I will get the other team out.
Yeah.
So attitude changes.
Mm.
But if you don't have enough good bowlers whom they can get other side out twice, then obviously then batsman and captain attitude is totally different. To bat for a long time, attack when the time comes, not from the very first ball. So there's always a difference when you have a good bowling lineup and without a good bowling lineup.
Yeah. And moving on to county cricket, you had a very successful career over in the UK with the Gloucestershire. One of there was an article written by Alistair Hignell, one of your ex-Gloucestershire teammates, and he wrote that you had a thing about records. What do you have to say about that?
Oh yes, of course. I love to make records. And why not? Otherwise, scoring only 100 and it's better to come out.
That's right.
In the dressing room. But I used to love to bat for hours and hours, Scoring, not just scoring 100, but big 100 and then double 100 and double big 100 also. So my job was to stay at the wicket and score as many runs as I can.
Yep, that's right, and that motivated you to achieve what you have.
Exactly, sitting in the dressing room is no value. But if you're in the crease, you have a value. A lot of value.
Yep. How about
the whole world is watching, the media is watching, and everybody, and they're praising you while you're on the field. So many things.
Yeah. How about in terms of fielding in that era? How important was fielding and yourself? I mean, how good were yourself as a fielder and your teammates around you?
I was okay fielder. I was not the world class fielder, but I was okay fielder. My hands used to be safe hands. Most of the time I used to field in the slips area. And of course, you have to be a very good fielder. And nowadays, play for the country.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you are playing one-day cricket, then 2020 has been introduced.
Yeah.
And, so many things. So now, if you're not a good fielder, you have no place in the team.
Yeah.
Our days, we used to play Test cricket, so our fielders wasn't that sharp enough in the field and whatnot.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's a fair comment. Now, moving on to if you do comparison with the players that you had played in your era and some of the players these days, I mean, if you look at the decade in 2000, and there's so many players that have a batting average above 50, whereas if you compare them with the players from your era, I believe there's only two or three that actually averaged that high. I think Viv Richards.
I tell you the reason why. Why is that so? Why is that so?
Yes.
Our days, only limited teams used to play against each other. And all of them used to be world-class teams,
Yep.
And fast wickets without helmets and whatnot, The standards were really too high.
Yep.
To beat any side in our days.
Yep.
But now you have plenty of teams, whom you can make records and records and records.
That's right.
Score as many runs as you want.
And do you think the quality of bowlers as well these days is maybe...
The quality of bowlers are not the same. They've gone slow. The wickets have gone slow. All sort of protections you can find these days.
Yep.
So, with the passage of time, as you know, the technology technology changes.
Yep.
Now, action replays and,
Mm-hmm.
no umpires can do anybody's favor.
Mm.
And so on and so on. Nowadays, sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
if you gave me out, whether I was out or not out, but once I've been given out, it means you have to leave the crease, whether you were out or not out.
That's right.
So the boys, these days, they have a lot of, what can I say, protection.
Yep.
In the field, not just very protection, but to if they have been given wrong, run out or something, or run out or LBW or caught behind, he can ask for
referral.
Referral to the umpires. We check whether I was out or not out. So the protection is there for a batsman.
Yeah, it has become very much a batsman game.
Both ways,
Yeah, I think it has become very much a batsman's game nowadays. Now, if you can maybe rank some of the players that you played with, Majid Khan, Sadiq Mohammed, Mushtaq Mohammed, Asif Iqbal, yourself. How good? I mean, if you could rank the other players, obviously, maybe not rank yourself. It's probably higher. Who would you rank as the best batsman that you had playing with you at that time?
Of course, Zaheer Abbas was a very good player.
Mm-hmm.
And Majid was, but his test record is not that good, but he was a good player.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Mohammad Yusuf.
Mm-hmm.
In Majid, you're talking about when I was playing.
When I was talking about more about when you were playing, yes, your time, the players that you batted with.
So then you can name Javed Miadad, Majid Khan,
Yep.
Asif Iqbal,
Mm-hmm.
and who else was there? Sadiq was good.
Mm-hmm. And if you compare, I mean, obviously that was a very impressive batting lineup that we had back then. But if you look at the team now, there's a serious decline in batting talent in Pakistan. Well, what do you think that may be down to?
Yes, I don't know what is the reason. I don't think so. These batsmen have that temperament.
That's
they
right.
stay at the wicket for a long time. Somebody has to teach them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to teach them.
And do you think they're technically deficient as well?
To score a century, at least you have to score a century, you have to have a lot of patience, to stay at the wicket for a long time, at least to complete a century.
Mm-hmm.
At least you need 3.5 hours, something to stay at the wicket,
Mm-hmm. As well as
For a bowler to take 5 wickets,
mm-hmm.
well, he can take 5 wickets in 1 over also.
That's right. I know you.
For batsmen.
Yep. Sorry. I know you talk about temperament, but do you think our players are technically deficient as well nowadays?
Temperament and technique all comes together if you can stay for such a long time at the crease,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And obviously, you say someone needs to teach them. Would you ever consider taking up a batting coach position within Pakistan?
Well, it's all up to the Pakistan Cricket Board. I've got nothing to do with that.
Okay, but you're obviously available if asked.
Yeah.
Obviously, the current Pakistani coaching staff you would have seen over in the World Cup. They've got Waqar Younis, Saqib Javed. Do you think it's too bowler heavy at the moment? Do you think that could be a reason as well?
I mean, they only need bowlers to coach them. What about the fielding coach? What about the batting coach? The department which we are not in. Bowling has been so good for many years, and we have been producing good fast bowlers. I mean, they have been doing their work properly, but I mean, if you take an example of batsmen, they haven't